It's based on the veteran's income or the household income if there's a spouse, and it's based on their net worth. I will tell you that VA generally will not determine eligibility for a veteran and a spouse if they have assets of over $80,000. They use a life expectancy table on occasions to go ahead and make that determination. So if you're near $80,000 and you're not utilizing your assets on a monthly basis, and they see that your assets are going to be remaining your lifetime, you still may not be eligible. The income, they look at the income of the family or the household, and they can adjust that gross income based on your unreimbursed medical expenses that are reoccurring. So those expenses are very important in the calculation if you're eligible or not for benefits. This benefit is not only for the veteran, but it's most important as well. It's for the widow. So keep that in mind when you're talking to your children, so your family knows some of the benefits that you may be eligible for later in life. And often we're dealing with older veterans. We're dealing with veterans, mostly what I see in this audience today. So it is important that your families know your business a little bit, know where your military discharge papers are, and most importantly, know about some of the benefits that are being discussed today. The aid and attendance benefit has been known to be one of those little-known programs, but to be honest with you, that's 90% of our work in our office. We're doing pension with aid and attendance all the time. If you're in an assisted living facility, or you have caregivers at home, or you have low income, you may be eligible, or your widow may be eligible for the VA pension. So keep that in mind when you're writing some things down in your book for your family. One of the other benefits that we deal with, another compensation, is compensation, and that's for the veterans who were injured or ended up with a disease in the service. We're still doing claims for World War II vets. We're still doing claims for Korean War vets. So just because you've been out of the service 60 years does not mean you cannot get that benefit. It becomes a little more difficult, of course, but it's still very possible. The one thing I want to caution you on, there's a lot of organizations running around Palm Beach County and other counties, and they're charging veterans to perform these services. I work for Palm Beach County. Of course, our office, there's no charges. A lot of other organizations like JWV, DAV, VFW, BVA, I hope I didn't leave anybody out, Marine Corps League, and some nonprofits all do the same work for nothing. They do it out of the graciousness of their hearts and their love of veterans. Be careful if you have someone coming to your door or in your community wanting to charge you to do an application. The application process, once you begin doing applications, is fairly simple. You've got to complete the application, and a trained individual can do these applications fairly rapidly. So don't get involved in somebody wanting to charge you. They shouldn't be doing that. It's not fair to you, your family, and often what happens when they go ahead and they charge you, they leave it and they wash their hands. And they don't care whether you qualify or not. They got the money from you and they're moving on. So you have to be careful as older veterans of those scams, and that's what I wanted to say to you. We deal with burial benefits, not just the burial benefits in the National Cemetery, but if you are receiving disability or pension benefits, or if you happen to die in a VA medical center, then you may be eligible for some burial reimbursement benefits. That's one of the other things. For some younger veterans, and I don't see too many of the younger veterans in here, of course we help with education benefits and home loan eligibility certificates and those things. And I know there's some widows in here who are receiving DIC benefits. And DIC benefits are for those widows whose husbands or whose veteran either died of a service-connected disability or died of another disability if they were 100%, and they had that 100% disability for 10 years. So the VA is a wonderful program. I'll caution you as well that these VA programs, they take a while to eligible to become qualified. A VA pension is probably at least 4 to 5 months before you get the notification of approval. Compensation claims can last easily 180 days. So you have to have some patience with the VA, and you have to have some patience and assist your advocate so you get the benefits that you so justly deserve. And I'll go ahead and I'll pass the mic off, and after, if I can help with any questions, I'll be happy to do that.
Hello, I'm Lieutenant Colonel Jeff Johnson. I'm assigned to the 9001st Air Reserve Squadron out of Denver, Colorado, and missions VA, so I'm officer of the United States Air Force Academy and the Air Force ROTC. That's my military side. In my civilian capacity, I'm Dr. Jeff Johnson, Dean of the School of Aeronautics down at Lynn University in Focus. I say that because I'm here to talk to you guys a little bit about and answer any questions about the education benefits that are available to veterans. And not only, I want to stress, not only to the veterans in this room, but any veteran, son, daughter, granddaughter, grandson. It's very important. The VA is really doing a great job of doing an outreach to try and get out some of the word of the new benefits that are available to our young folks. I know that I'm the only thing between you and the cookies and the coffee, so I'll be fairly brief. But I do encourage you, if you have something after I get done, spark a little bit of interest, come on up and bug me for it. That's what Congressman Deutch asked all of us to come up, and I will gladly answer any questions you have as best as I can, and I'll point you in the right direction as you go. Everybody's familiar, or should be familiar, with the Montgomery GI Bill, which is the education benefit available to anybody World War II, basically, in past. What most people are not aware of, and especially I see a couple of younger guys in the room, there's also been an enhancement called the Post-911 GI Montgomery Bill. Post-911 Chapter 33 GI Bill is an absolutely wonderful program. It has several aspects to it, the most important of which is that anybody who served on in active duty post-911 and selected reservists post-911 who were deployed in support of one of our contingency actions are eligible to receive 100% compensation for basically any education opportunity in the country, as long as it's an accredited institution of higher learning. Under this program, there's a sister to it called the Yellow Ribbon Program. For a school like where I teach at Lynn is a private institution, so it's considerably more expensive than a state school. It's called the Yellow Ribbon Program. Participating private universities in the Yellow Ribbon Program match the VA contribution to education so that the veteran has no out-of-pocket expenses. So basically, that's why I say it's very important for your grandchildren, if they're serving in the military, that they really look into this if they haven't finished their college degree. There is no financial barrier anymore to any currently serving military member to getting a degree in the country. Beyond that, the Post-911 GI Bill also covers current funding for this fiscal year up to $47,000 a semester in fees. So that means, like, for instance, somebody that comes to Lynn and we teach them how to fly, they get to learn how to fly for free. If they go to say a medical school, and they're going to be taking some kind of labs that cost, usually are fairly substantial, it covers up to $47,000 per semester. Realize that's it per semester. So if there's 3 semesters, that's $47,000 3 times a year, plus the tuition. It's just an absolutely fantastic benefit. So that's this current year, and October 1st, obviously with cutbacks in the government, the VA's had to pull back slightly on that. The tuition is going to be capped at $17,000 a year. Under the Yellow Ribbon Program, that still makes most private institutions no out-of-pocket expense. And the fees are going to go down to $5,000 per semester. So it's a slight reduction there, but it's still a wonderful opportunity. I will answer any questions that anyone has. If you all want to take a look at it, though, the website is it's GIBill, GIBILL.va.gov. If you have grandchildren that want to go and do this, they go onto the website. There's a button to click for information and a button to click that's an application, and it'll start them through the process. There's several regional offices. The one at St. Pete is absolutely fantastic. They turn around our applications within 2 weeks in most cases. It's GI.